everyone. I'm doing an impromptu stream and we're also changing up the camera angle to see if you guys like this angle better. I kind of like it better. I stole the other camera back from Brian, so you're not looking through like a potato lens that's on my laptop. So today, like I said, we're gonna be soldering these super small succulents, and then we also have some honeycombs to solder. Just everything. We're just soldering everything. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it and get to work. I hope everyone is doing well this Monday, right? It's Monday, yes, afternoon. So far, all I've done is just solder everything. Solder 700 million things. Still working on, actually no, I finished the strawberries. Yesterday, I was just really tired and I was just kind of not feeling it. Hey Robin, how you doing? I was really tired. I didn't get to recharge properly on Saturday, so I was just tired. I took the rest of the day off. All the littles you've done. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, this is like the tiniest shop update. It's the tiniest big shop update that I've done so far. We had a bunch of little stuff. I had 70 charms that we made for this update, and so far all of the strawberries and the mushrooms are gone, which is just like blows my mind. So I'm glad I got those done, and then we're finishing up these little guys, which I still have a few of these different varieties left. Hey Annie, how's it going? So we are just moving right along. Let's see, I need to... So yeah, I hope everyone's doing well today. Like I said, impromptu stream, but we are vibing and chilling. Gotta plug my iron in. I took a little bit of a break earlier. Yes, we just about sold out. I'm like just so blown away by that. My feathers are gone. My Luna moth is gone. Oops, sorry, I'm just knocking my camera all around. So it was a very good shop update this time around. Oh, there we go. That's some nice lighting right there. One, two, so we need 8 more of these little things. Is anyone doing anything fun today? Anything not fun? I know it's Monday. I personally like Mondays, but I used to not like them. But I like them now, so. But I know not everyone has the same feeling about Mondays. For me, my Mondays feel like Tuesdays because I work on Sunday. So maybe that's why I've like deconditioned myself. New to your channel, new stained glass artist, love both. Aw, thank you. I'm so glad that it's helpful. I have another video planned. I'm sorry that I don't get them out as quickly as I would like to, or that others would like me to. I just get real busy, and then it's kind of like a balancing act, you know, of doing all my shop update stuff and YouTube. My next video I do plan on making though is going to be covering patina and polishing. So it's going to be kind of like the finishing steps. So keep your eyes out for that. Have you made any projects yet, Natasha? Or are you just kind of like getting the supplies ready and that sort of thing? Yes, teach me. Hey Vader, how's it going? We're just doing a lot of soldering again, so if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, it's gonna be a lot of the same. Working 1 year and 2 months from home. Happy to work alongside you. Good, good. Well, I am happy to have people to keep me company as well. Alright, I think that should be good. So, let's go ahead and prep these. Hey Neil, how's it going? Been working on small bench from scaffold boards, then painted model garden edges, ready to attach little bushes and foliage. Very nice. Very, very nice. Coming right along, it sounds like. Hello, how's it going? How are you doing today? Also, for any video topics, if anyone has any like pressing questions or suggestions for things you would like me to cover, please feel free to let me know. It might not happen immediately, but it lets me know what I need to address and what I need to work on for future videos. You know, I try my best to really answer all the questions that I can think of that might arise for certain topics, but I know that I'll miss them sometimes. So, I've been sick, so trying to get better. Oh no! Sick? Hopefully it's just something normal little cold, huh? Let me grab a glove real quick. Great that you'll be doing a patina and polish video. I never quite know how to finish a project. I'm new to stained glass, and on some of the stuff I've made, solder is a bit chalky. Ah, yes. I think I know what you're talking about. The patina and polish can be a little tricky, so I understand. That's why I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get to this one, because this is the one that is like, I had no idea how to do it. So I'm gonna try to get that done. I'd like to ideally get it out next week. I'm finishing up all of my shop update stuff, so I have 50 orders to fulfill, and I should be able to get them all shipped out Thursday at the latest. And then I have my Patreon exclusive sun catchers I'll be working on this week, as well as a custom commission. So it's like a bunch of moving parts that I have to kind of consolidate and then film and edit and all that stuff. So but I have a few new things that I'd like to try. So I'm gonna try that for the upcoming video. So, also love the little potted plants. Thank you. Everyone thinks that the aloe vera are little acorns, and I'm just kind of like rolling with it at this point. We're just kind of going with it, right? Let me reconfigure just a little bit. I done goofed, y'all. I done goofed. So as always, when I start with my soldering, yes, it can be really tricky. So hopefully I'm gonna try to make my video and help it answer all the questions that everyone has and help you get not only a really smooth patina, but also make sure you know how to polish it correctly, because I'm telling you what, I didn't know how to polish mine. It came from just like me figuring it out. I don't know why I was so stubborn in the beginning with like, I'm not gonna look anything up. But then I eventually looked it up and I was like, okay, that's what, I'm doing it right. Oh, you did, thank you. Yeah, the feathers were gone in less than 10 minutes. I posted them 10 minutes and they were gone, and I was like so shocked. So I'm definitely going to be making more of those. Also, just a little disclaimer, I'm gonna have to turn my exhaust fan on. I do have a noise cancellation thing set. Sometimes it takes a little bit though, so if it's like unbearable and you still hear it after like 10 to 15 seconds, please let me know. And I'll fiddle with the settings again. So it's just like a loud whirring, like a vacuum. But yeah, I was super, super happy. Thank you so much for ordering. I really appreciate it. I'm just getting everything finished up now so I can get it all packed and shipped and all that good stuff. How are you doing today, Potts? What are you up to? Oh no. Well, I'm so glad you like them. Yeah, I had a few people set reminders, which I think is just like so sweet. It made me so happy. But yeah, I got a bunch of orders. I felt kind of bad too because I had to do the shop update really early on Saturday because we were going biking. So I'm glad. Seems everyone got what they wanted though, so we're good. Doing good, get ready to start classes in like 20 minutes. Very nice. Hey, thank you so much. Little plants, just little beads. I have potted plants out in the backyard. They already grew to be so longer than just like bush plants. Very nice. I've gotten quite a little collection of plants in my backyard now. I have, my lettuce is going crazy. I'm so thrilled that I haven't killed it. I've been really good about remembering to water it because that's always what gets me. I always forget to water stuff. I have a prayer plant that I've kept alive. Where do we find your shop? Is it Etsy? Yes, it is. I think I'm dumb and I didn't do my Etsy shop thing. Let me check. Nope. Here, let me find it for you. Sometimes the search is really terrible on Etsy, so let me just do a quick little, I keep forgetting to do the quick command for this. That is my shop. Yeah, I haven't killed anything yet, and I'm so happy. My calathea is poppin'. I just repotted her recently, and she's loving life. Within a week, she had 3 new leaves that she shot up, and I was just thrilled. Because the first one I killed, mercilessly killed, because of my just absolute lack of remembering to water her. It's terrible. Yes, of course. I have a bunch of flowers that I'm growing though, so a bunch of pollinator flowers. I have some cosmos, I have some lacy phacelias, I think they're called. And those are doing really well. They are very lacy and very cute. Nothing has flowered yet though. I'm growing a nasturtium. I think that's how you say it, which is like a Alaskan flower that is really, really pretty. Its leaves are like mottled greens. So I don't think I'll ever become one of those like plant people that owns the like really expensive plants, but I'm enjoying what I've learned thus far. Like there's like monsteras that cost like $500 per leaf, which what? I guess if you're like really knowledgeable about plants, that isn't terrifying, but for me, that's terrifying. That's $500 of something that may or may not live, right? So I don't remember what kinds they are, like an albo or something where they have like the white mixed in. I got recommended an Etsy listing through like just a random ad that was $16,000 for a plant. And they're like, we're not responsible for any damages that happen in shipping. What? I mean, I guess they're not, but that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's like, oops, sorry. Your package got lost. Oof. That's why I hate these big rolls. Sorry, I'm sure that was like super loud. Hello? Focus? There we go. But you know, that's enough cash to buy 3 plots of land. I know! That's why, for me, that is just wild. You know, I'm sure the person that was listing that plant had tens of thousands of sales. So there are absolutely plant collectors out there that I know have purchased it and probably are very happy with their purchase, and that is, you know, good for them. I'm happy for them and their expensive plants. I was watching a video yesterday about Leica, like using Leica instead of soil, which Leica is a little like, basically, to my understanding, just clay balls. I can't remember what it stands for. Something clay aggregate or something. I don't know. I don't remember. But it was really cool. It looks like it's a lot easier to take care of than in soil. So I was curious to look into it. Hey, thanks for the host. How you doing? Wow. Today we're just working on more soldering, as you can tell by the title. Trying out a fancy new camera angle as well. Ooh, it's over here now. Just riveting, I know, just so exciting. Thank you, thank you. Hope you're doing well today. I learned something very concerning today on a completely unrelated note. I was watching someone stream on Twitch, and she's a teacher, or was a teacher, and with the, what is it called? Common Core school teachings now, they don't have recess. They don't have outdoor time to run around, kindergartners, little kids. Hey, thanks for the diamond. As I'm talking about something that genuinely horrified me. But I was like, what are they, how can they do that to these poor little kids? They're probably just losing their darn minds with energy, and they're like, no, you have to know how to read. What? I was, there's of course every decision that I will make for my future child, I will look into. And I was like, maybe homeschooling wouldn't be the best, but I kind of feel like homeschooling is a really good idea. I would want what was best for them, and I feel like what's best for them is being able to run outside, right? Those leaves are beginning to look like little grabby fingers. So these kind of look like creepy little fingers. And then, where are they? And then my little barrel cactuses, oops, it's over here now, oh my gosh. My little barrel cactuses kind of look like cat paws. So, all sorts of appendages. Alright, so now we have the fronts done. We're gonna go ahead and solder on the little thingies, little loopies. I need my pliers. I need my other pliers. There we go. Let's see. I think I'm gonna be ordering another webcam or two this week because I would like to have like a close-up camera as well. Yeah, well, it's just this glass is really wild. Like some parts of it are super white on the back, and I don't really know, like it's just the texture and like, you know, the kind of what they did in the process. But like, see, this piece has a bunch of white on the one side and then it's like kind of more tan. So it's kind of cool because no matter what side you're looking at, like if you don't like the one side or you want to change it up, you can, you know, twist it around and get kind of a different piece. And the green is like that too. It's a little bit more minty on the opposite side, and then on this side it's more like a lime green almost. An ant on my computer. Get out of town and take a bus. You don't live here. You don't pay rent. Ridiculous. Too much. It's too much. But Saturday we had a really nice bike ride. I brought some of these like food, not granola, they're called Lara bars, and they're just like dates mixed with some other stuff, like super simple ingredients, and I brought some of those, and I was like turbocharged. Like I was just going. So that was really fun. I had a blasty blast on our bike ride. Let's go ahead and just apply flux to all of these. Just a blast and a half. It wasn't too hot either, which was kind of nice. It was pretty just like neutral temperature. We went 30 miles. We wanted to get like 40, but then we started dying because we didn't bike last week. So we're a little out of shape, deconditioned from biking. But hey, it is what it is. At least we went out this weekend, right? I'm still getting used to the different camera angles, so I don't know what you can and cannot see. So if you can't see what I'm doing, I'm sorry. Sorry. Yesterday I was planning on streaming for maybe about 3-4 hours. I ended up only streaming for 2.5. And then I was like, I'm gonna work. I'm gonna take a break and then I'm gonna work. And then I did not do that. I needed some recharge time. Brian went and saw his sister, so I just stayed home and I played Dead Cells for like 5 hours straight and got smothered on my couch by my 2 dogs, little rats. My little rats. It was great. So I woke up this morning feeling very refreshed. Refreshed. it's kind of cool that people like the working from home thing, like people can like kind of do like watch streams if they want, instead of just being like forced to focus on nothing but your job, and then it just like kill your morale, like if you're in an office. It's a good angle, and we can see your tools and equipment around your little workboard. Great. I feel like it looks prettier with this angle too. Normally, if there's anyone who's watching that's not familiar with my streams, normally this is up here, so you're up looking at it upside down. I was a little worried about having it off to the side here and it like crowding me and feeling invasive, but I am feeling great. So I think it's just fine. And I feel like it looks better too. But yeah, super cool. People can just kind of have a more leisurely work experience. I know that there's tons of people that I've heard, they like work from home now and they feel like they're more productive because, you know, if they need to step away for a second and get something, or, you know, fix themselves another tea or what have you, you know, they can do that. Or, you know, they can have their animal with them. And it's just like a lot, they're more productive. It's just neat. This is looking pretty, oh, I keep forgetting that how I'm like holding it up here. There's our little, oh, it's hot. Our little rings just off to the sides. Most people chose a long cord, so I still have to braid some of those. I braided maybe 15 and I need to braid like 40 more. So that'll probably be something that I do tonight. Like if I watch some, like a TV show or something, I'll just sit there and braid the little cords all the live long day. I should have done it sooner, but this last week was just real busy. We were just busy. Out of 10. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Four down, 4 to go. We're doing just fine. Trying to think what I can make for my next shop update. Like I'm already trying to brainstorm some things. I think I want to do more fruit. I would love to do some more fruit, but then I'm also torn between things that I am going to make for my Patreon versus my regular shop updates. I had an absurd amount of requests for pears. like when I posted my strawberries and mushrooms, people were like, I love pears. Can you make some stained glass pears? And I was like, sure. Hey, lass. Like, it seemed like such an odd request. I don't know why. Like, pears. So maybe some pears. If I can find a way to make them like just so precious. Fruit bowls, that would be cute as well. I'm gonna be doing another like feather motif type dealio. So I have to come up with a theme for that. Or kind of a, yeah, theme. Theme is the best way to say it. Fruit bowls. I definitely have to make some tiny watermelon slices and then like paint the seeds. Yeah, I think it would just be so cute. I already did the blueberries. That's Patreon exclusive, so that will I'm only ever making them this one time. So no more blueberries. I could make some like big blueberries, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm completely, like, grapes or whatever. I don't think grapes would be very cute. Watermelon is, for whatever reason, a far, like, cuter fruit than a grape. Ooh, little kiwis would be really cute. I could paint the little seeds onto the kiwis. Be precious. Just precious. I'm thinking for my upcoming shop update, so the one it's upcoming, it's in July, at the end of July, I think. Maybe end of July, early August. I think I'm gonna make a death moth. Or like the skull moth, whatever you want to call them, where they're like black with yellow kind of on the bottom, and then they have a skull on their thorax. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna just kind of like go for it and make it really detailed, like just as detailed as I can possibly make it. I'm thinking about maybe adding some like painting onto it too, kind of have some fun with it. I really like Atlas moths too. I was kind of just looking up really unique or like rare moths that are really distinct. So an Atlas moth, yes, more feathers. I will be making more feathers. And I do have a secret for a feather idea that I am going to try. And this is the one thing I'm gonna like keep a secret, other than there's a commission that I said I'm gonna keep a secret too, but there will be more feathers, absolutely. Go. little set of feathers would look cool. That might be the next thing that I want to do, is offer something as a set. I was thinking about maybe doing some tiny feathers. I think I've kind of exhausted the honeycombs. I'm just like, oh, about those. There's a few ideas that I have to make them kind of different, a little better, more interesting, I should say. So I do have some ideas in my brain. Just have usually been just like, I'll just wait. Just wait. There's other things that I think would be more cool. I really enjoyed making one-of-a-kind pieces for this update though. It made it feel a little bit more special. A little bit more special. I mean, technically everything that I make is one-of-a-kind because it's all handmade, but you know, like the design, you know what I'm saying, like the design is one-of-a-kind. I'm not making 2 or 3 of X, Y, and Z, or 10. There's some really cool crafters. Like I said, I was perusing Twitch earlier today, and I hadn't really kind of looked through Twitch that much. I don't know why, I just hadn't. And there's some really cool people in the makers and crafting section. There's this guy that was making skeletons, like putting together bird skeletons, and he's like a biologist. Like a bunch of keys on a key ring, if they're about a quarter. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I thought you meant like an actual keychain for a second. I was like, they would all break. They would all get broken immediately. So I'm just painting on some flux, just doing a nice even coating on the whole thing. So we're gonna go in, finish soldering these up, and then we'll go ahead and do the sides. And once the sides are done, then these are officially done, and we can move on to our large honeycomb clusters that we have to do. I have 4 large rainbow honeycomb clusters. Honeycomb clusters go pretty fast, just because all the edges are super straight and even, and it's not like a bunch of curvy little doodads like this. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna turn the fan back on. I turned it off just for like the kind of more chill part that doesn't generate smoke. Wow. This part does though. Hey Leo, thanks for the lemon. The fan will be loud for a little bit, but then it should level out again because like the noise reduction thing. How are you doing today, Leo? Good, good. I'm doing about the same, just working on more soldering. Yay. Did not apply flux to this part. Spicy! Dang! Who would have thought that freshly soldered metal would be hot? What are the chances? I personally prefer to solder in the little jump rings like this, attach them first. Although it can make it very, very sketchy when you're going to solder everything together and make it pretty, because sometimes it can melt and cause the little jump ring to move. So it's like playing hot potato almost. Almost. For being very dramatic. But whenever we go and do the edges, that's when I'll go and clean everything up, fronts and backs, make sure everything looks as smooth as I can possibly get it. Posture. Posture. I've been working out, I got ahead of myself. I've been streaming in the evenings. Like last week I was streaming in the evenings, although today I'm planning on going and working out at around 6. So that's why I started my stream much earlier, at like 2-ish, is when I think I started. So I can go ahead and get a workout in, work on my weak back muscles that have been getting tired this last week. Let me move this up just a fraction so you're not just looking at like this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Perfection. Just the most perfect little plants. Ooh, I could make more plant varieties too. Although these, the mushrooms and the strawberries went much faster. I still have 20 of these guys that have not been purchased. But it's cool. I don't expect to sell out of everything. And I would prefer to have some stock available in my shop. I've had these stinking potion bottles in my shop for almost a year now. I'm tired of them being there and just looking so ugly and alone. So if there's some succulents to keep them company, then that's makes me happy. What kind of workouts are you gonna do for that, if you don't mind? Well, I think today I'm gonna be doing an upper body day. So it won't be too much. Usually when I'm doing like kind of lower body focus, that's when I'll be doing more back involved exercises like deadlifts. I don't know. That's the thing is like I think my posture is fine. I don't know what's causing my discomfort. I need to like troubleshoot it a little bit. Because theoretically, I mean, I work out 3 or 4 times a week. My significant other is a personal trainer. So you would think that I would not be experiencing this, but I am. But I might just be the nature of me being in here and working really long hours too. I mean, I don't know how much you can avoid if I'm like sitting / standing at this desk for, I mean, last week I was working pretty much 8 to 8. So about, I would say 11 hours a day, maybe closer to 10 if I factor in my little lunch breaks. Though I didn't really take very long lunch breaks last week, so. I think it's just because I was working a lot, long hours. But I've been really bad about working my abs too much recently and not focusing on like extensions and stuff. I'll have to talk to Brian. I'm gonna pick his brain. He's better at figuring stuff out like that than me. Dr. Clark, thank you so much for the diamond. Hello, how are you doing? No! Rude. I hate when that happens. I went over the spot too many times and I knew it as I was doing it. Alive. Fantastic. That is good in my books. We're gonna let this cool so you can see that it all kind of melted off. There's a big glob of it here. Ooh, autofocus. Will you work with me today? Never. So we're gonna let that cool. The glass is just really hot, and we'll come back to that once we're done with everything else. Sensory. Oh, I would love to get back into doing yoga. I actually have a really beautiful yoga studio that's maybe 10 minutes from my house, and it's a house that they've converted into this large, like it's just used for a business. No one lives there, I don't think. And it's just the most gorgeous house. It's like $100 for a class package, so $100 for 10 classes, which really isn't that bad. There's no reason why I should not have invested in it. I did it years ago, and it always left me feeling just fabulous. And I've been wanting to get into it again. I have a really bad habit of not liking spending money on myself though. So I always like, oh, if I spend it on this and not something for work, then it's not a proper use of the money. It's not really a good way to look at it, but hello, hi, how are you? Welcome. I don't normally stream in the middle of the day, and I watched your stream this morning, and I watched another streamer, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it, because normally I start at like 6, but we're changing it up today. Sound like what used to happen. What used to happen with soldering color lights. It's weird at times. Yes. Yeah. So it just like the glass gets too hot. Ooh, did my autofocus work? Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? No. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. I know, right? We absolutely should spend money on ourselves. And it's bad too, because I'm like, oh, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. And it's like, but your back is suffering. I'm not even 27. This is not an acceptable thing to be happening. But I think it happens. It's normal. We just gotta work on it. So how are you doing today, Allison? Are you on your lunch break? Done for the day? I don't know what your hours are like doing what you were talking about doing. Happen not gap open. Lunchtime, very, very nice. What's for lunch today? Anything spectacular? I haven't had lunch yet, so I'm possibly just hungry and wanting to live vicariously through other people's lunches. Technically, I had like a spoonful of peanut butter earlier, but that does not count as an actual lunch. Day has been okay-ish, very Monday, but those all good. I'm glad. Lots of little plants, little barrel cactus that looks like potentially a cat paw. Oh, I shouldn't be touching it. I have flux on my hands. I already washed it. No, it's okay. We'll wash it again. Okay, that's done. We only have one more, and then we'll go ahead and just fix this one up. Reapply some flux. So do you think, nothing interesting, ramen? Gotcha. Do you think you would ever want to like try to knit or do anything like that full time? Is that something that would be on your radar, or is it more just like a relaxing hobby that you want to like stream and keep as a relaxing thing? Some people are more like if they have a hobby, they don't want to turn it into something that they now have to like worry about it making money for them, because they worry about the fun being taken out of it, which is totally valid. That was something I was a little bit concerned about, and it was actually one of the most common questions that I got when I first started. Like when I first was telling people like, oh, I'm gonna quit and do stained glass full time. My brother asked me, some of the doctors at my vet clinic asked me. So far it's been fine, so it's good. There's definitely been times where I was talking about this on my stream the other day, there's been times where doing this full time has been like kind of tiring and like I get kind of burnt out from it. But at the end of the day, I'm like, hey, I'm not a beautiful transition. I'm not picking up dog poop. So I used to work in an animal clinic. I was a supervisor of the boarding facility, and then I also worked up front, and I was kind of just doing things up there. So we're gonna move on to the sides just as a little narration for what we're doing. So that was a very stressful job. I worked there for 3.5 years. It was really like the only like real job that I had. I did some undergrad research in college, working with salamanders and photographing salamander cloacas. So I got the job at the vet clinic and it was just super stressful. It was more, we honestly did more with people in what I did specifically than we did with animals. And in the boarding facility, it was just like go, go, go all day. There'd be usually one person and you didn't really have time to do anything. Everything was on like a schedule. And I was the supervisor, so I had to make sure that if I worked in the boarding facility that day, that everything got done extra well. Lead by example, right? So if I ever am like, man, I'm so stressed today about this glass work I have to do, I'm just like, hey, at least I'm not getting bitten by dogs. At least there's that. I got this. Heck yes. Heck yes. Alright, double checking all of the little tippies to make sure everything looks smooth. This is not smooth. Last piece of business is going to be going through and just doing one final pass. Here we go. One done. Hey, DB. Welcome. I still don't really know where that came from, if that's on like Twitch or if it's on YouTube, because I have everything like hooked up and I never really looked at what specifically each one is like. But hello, welcome. Wow, hello, multiple people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Keep. Who are these? Where are these people coming from? Hi. Thanks for following. Appreciate you. Kim Stewart, hello. Well, pizza wraps. Hi, like I said on Instagram, your video has been so helpful. Make stuff with stained glass. Yes, of course. Oh, this might be a bot. I've seen it before. Gosh darn it, I was so hopeful that it was people. But yeah, I'm super happy that my videos are helpful to you. I appreciate the feedback, and of course, if you have any questions and any videos specifically you'd like me to make, please feel free to let me know. With these false promises of subscribers. It makes me look really popular though, if this is a bot. Wow. Yes, look how popular I am. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right. Do you have any... This is so annoying now, if this is a bot. Do you have any projects that you're looking to get into? Tights? I'm gonna say tight. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Hello! How's it going? Welcome! We're just soldering some little baby succulents. I've seen people turn off their stream elements in OBS. I might have to, like, turn off the alerts, but I'm doing restream, so I don't want to miss alerts from other, my D-Live, basically just D-Live. I might have to though, because it just seems like it's gonna keep going. I'll let you know if I have any suggestions, but most of my trouble is to find what was the equivalent in French for volunteer. Oh no! Well, I hope that it wasn't too much of a headache. Okay. I turned off the Twitch alerts. I was hoping that it was just gonna stop organically. I don't think it was though. So, great. Huzzah! How are you doing today, Selena? And new people that are coming in? That looks good. 2 down. How have we only done 2? I have to turn the fan back on. I'm just gonna get so many fumes in my face. It's just not even good. Let's see, I wish I had seen how you apply the jump rings. I feel like I make ugly mess on that spot. Oh no, the music is Animal Crossing vibes. It definitely does. So I'll try to show you the best I can. They are already incorporated, so I unfortunately can't do much. But for these little guys, what I do is I make, let's see, I'll make one real quick. So we'll turn this over. Not the right wire. It's over here. So I have 20 gauge wire that I used for these little jump rings. So what I do is I have my sizing tool, which is just an old makeup brush, and then I just make my ring like so, where I loop it around, and then I have a little tail like that. Hope you can see it. I use my lead nippers. And I leave, it really depends. Sometimes I do it average maybe about there. So I have my little jump ring. This isn't for everything too. This is just for things that I need an extension on, right? So I needed these to stick out a little bit farther than the ends of the leaves. For my barrel cactuses, as you can see, all I did was just put the jump rings, which didn't have the tail. So they look like this. Just a normal jump ring, and I just soldered them directly on. There's no tail sticking in there just because I didn't need that like distance. For these, I make this little tail, whoops. I cut off where it overlaps. So that way I can press it down and it's just flush. And then what I do is use my pliers and I just lay it on here. And I shape it to how I want it to look coming off the edge. And this is before I apply any solder at all. Like this is just on copper foil. I'll put the little thingy words down, solder it on, and then I'll solder everything else over it. So I hope that that was a good enough explanation. I keep gesturing up here, by the way. My camera is normally in front of me, so I'm still getting used to this camera angle. So I don't always do that. That's just what I did for these succulents and then the strawberries and the mushrooms as well, because they were all kind of funky shapes. So I only use the 20 gauge too for smaller pieces like this, as well as my my honeycombs, just because anything bigger kind of looks awkward, and the 20 gauge is very, very easy to work with. Love Animal Crossing. I have actually not technically tried it. My friend actually let me play it on Saturday, and I don't know what I would do. Like if I had that game, I never got it, and I haven't gotten it for Switch because I can't justify spending $60 on it, because it seems like just like a decorating simulator almost. I might be wrong. I stream on Twitch, YouTube, and DLive. So I'm on all three simultaneously right now. I'm not going for Twitch affiliate because with that, I would have to stream solely on Twitch. I don't want to do that. I like my YouTube and my YouTube people. So I just restream everything. So if you prefer Twitch, you can find me over there as well, if you like that interface better. But if I'm on one, I'm gonna be on all of them at the same time. So. Also, you're welcome for sharing my loop method. One thing too, if you are using this like little loopy method where they're sticking out, I like to make sure that I solder the loop closed. There's no way my autofocus is gonna work with me enough for you to see it, but I just put a little bit of solder there and make sure it's closed. That way, if there's something forceful that happens, that it doesn't like rip it open and then you're left with this ugly little ring. I've only tried to attach the ring with the piece standing up, and that is really frustrating too, so I'll try it like this. Yeah, and it's just whatever works best for you, right? Like, this is just the way that works for me and that I found that I like. But there's so many different ways that you can do it. This is just my way, and I'm sure there's ways that are more efficient or better, but this is just what works for me. Just wondering. Yes. Yeah, I would like to get more followers on Twitch though. So I'm trying to be a little bit more active. I was on some random art stream last night, and this guy had like 2 viewers and was doing amazing digital painting. Amazing. And then all of a sudden, the Avant Geek came in, and they're friends, and she's like his moderator. And he was like, yeah, you probably know her. She's the Avant Geek. And I was like, wait, she has like hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram. Now, granted, I'm not like someone who gets starstruck or anything. Like, people with a large following on the internet are still people, right? So, but I was like, just in this random Twitch chat, and the Avant Geek was in there. And if you don't know who she is like really well known for her like really outstanding cosplays and like outfits that she makes. Really cool. I actually haven't seen her stuff in a while, and that's why I didn't recognize it at first, because I was like, the Avant Geek, that sounds really familiar. And then he said it like, oh, you probably know her, she's like kind of internet famous. It was cool. I'm currently starting hobby. I read that as standing in the lobby, and then I was like, wait, what? I bought mosaic stained glass pieces and made half butterflies on a beaded chain with random shaped pieces. I'll tag you on Instagram after I live with my sister. Heck yeah, please do. I would love to see it. Also, if any of you are interested and use Discord, I do have a Discord server where you can share your art and humble brag and promote yourself. So if any of you are new to my chat, new to the live stream, and you want to join, feel free to use that link. We have lots of different artists in my Discord. We have some people who do block printing. I've tried it myself thanks to their encouragement now. Lots of a few stained glass artists. There's one guy that makes these really cool 3-dimensional stained glass pieces. Someone came in the other day, I hadn't talked to them at any point that I know of, and they're just like one of the most amazing stained glass artists I've seen. And they're just like, yeah, I made these. I was like, what? So very, very talented people. If you have any questions about pretty much any art, I think there's probably someone in my Discord who would be able to help you or point you in the right direction. There's someone who does fused glass as well, so any fused glass, they would probably be able to help. So anyway, rant over. Discord link is provided. Yeah, anytime anyone is like, oh, can I share this? I always point them to the Discord because it's the perfect place to share and meet new people and all that good stuff. My camera is currently obstructing my peripheral view of the chat too, so I keep having to like, learning my way around. Okay, perfect. Yes. Yay, new people. I didn't know what Discord was back in September, so there's only a few channels that are specifically for me to post in, or they're like my own self-centered channels. So Stained Glass Updates, that is my channel, as well as the Rat Pack. The Rat Pack is just my dogs, because I have 2 chihuahuas. And then I have a garden channel that is just for updates for my garden, which I have not posted an update in like 3 weeks. So that one is not going very well. I was gonna do weekly updates, but then after a while, it's like, how many pictures of growing lettuce do people in my Discord need to see? Not many. My lettuce is doing really well though. I think I'm gonna be able to harvest some of it soon, in the next few days. They're getting very leafy. So we rent the house that we're living in currently, so everything that we do is a container garden. So we have lots of 5-gallon buckets, and I bought some like big pot things that are square. My niece got me on it so we could talk while playing Animal Crossing. Oh, that's cute. Very cute. Yeah, like, so Animal Crossing, if it were like $10, or if someone bought it for me, then I'm sure I would really enjoy it. But it's $60. And I just don't know if I would enjoy it. So I'm like, I just haven't wanted to buy it. We'll have to check that out. I've got potatoes going. I think they're almost ready to harvest. Ooh! Now I do have a gardening and plant channel that is open for anyone to post in. So the 2021 garden channel, it says like you don't have permission to post in here, but there's one, I think right above it, that if you want to post any sort of garden or outdoor IRL type things, then there's a channel for that. Anything homesteading related, I'm super into reading about homesteading because we want to really, really badly. If we can buy a property, do that and get some goats. So, it's a dream of ours. Let's grab this washcloth and brush this off. It's okay. Never apologize. If other people wanted to talk, then they would talk. And that is why I'm streaming. Although I said the same thing to someone whose stream I was watching today. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I think my final thing that I would like to get into, I mean, there's like 70 different things that I want to get into. I would really enjoy doing tie-dye stuff because I have a bunch of shirts like this that are just like gray shirts. I bought a pack of gray shirts. I don't know why, I just like have really enjoyed wearing plain colors. But I really want to do some tie-dye. I would love to try it. Although the messy factor of it, I don't like mess. As like my entire life is just a big pile of mess. But I think the pretty is worth the mess. Maybe try some icy tie-dye. I don't know if anyone's familiar with like the different methods of tie-dye, but there's like a way that you can do it with ice, and it makes just like the craziest vibrant colors. These little guys take so long. I'm always like, they're fine. I guess when you're doing a lot of them, it's just like, oh my god. It's been like, what, an hour? Just about. Ooh, bunch of stuff for tie-dye too. Heck yeah. I don't really even know what you need. You need like some cord to like tie it off with, like sinew or something. And then, oh, my little hand is so warm. And then you need the dyes, and I don't know what else. It's probably not that complicated. I'm probably just like, oh, I'm expecting there to be 1,000 things like with stained glass, even though that is just probably not true. Let me find another glove real quick. I was wearing that glove for a long time. My little hand is hot. I think it's just about time to replace the filter on my smoke absorber too. I just got the Tulip brand. The powder are super expensive, but you get a lot of it. Just wanted to do a few shirts for me, hubby, and the dogs. Aw, cute. I think it would be super fun. I got one of my friends from college started like a little side hustle, and he's making tie-dye, so I got some from him. But I think it would be really fun to try it. It seems like it'd be very satisfying. Great. Looks like we have 2 left. We are breezing through these, my friends. Breezing. I have done reverse tie-dye by using bleach on black shirts. I tried doing bleach tie-dye one time and then all of my clothing fell apart. So I probably did it wrong, and like all the bleach spots, I think it makes sense though, but all the bleach spots like very quickly just like became giant holes, and then I had to throw them out. Like a week later, after wearing them like twice and washing them twice, the bleach spots just like, it just ate away at the cloth. I've been really liking wearing super bright colors. Like I said, I went through my gray t-shirt phase. Oh no! Her little skin. What kind of dog is she? That she has to get shaved and has been bald. Poor thing. I have 2 Chihuahuas that are basically always cold, so I'm sure making them a little tie-dye sweater would be really cute. I live in Florida, by the way, so there's no reason why they should always be cold. It's always pretty warm in our house. Tiny succulents. I think this is the last one. A cockapoo. She's got poodle hair. We let her grow out and then very short. My other dog is Chiweenie. I swear, everyone has a Chiweenie. Everyone. There's a streamer I saw yesterday who was doing this like really cool, creepy cottagecore art, and she had like a something Chihuahua. They don't know. But looked like a little bit of like a Chiweenie type. Not quite, but close. A little bit bigger. And there were so many dogs that came into our hospital. They're like, oh, she's a Chiweenie. And now I can spot a Chiweenie from a mile away. Just a mile away, I'll tell you what. Are you trying to build solder up on the outer edges? Yes, I am. So what I'm doing right now is called beading the edge. So instead of just having it be like flat, I'm making it so it has kind of like a frame and really just building it up. It's a little tricky on the curved parts, but once you learn, you're good to go. So now everything is looking good. We just have to fix up front. Yeah, so it looks it just looks a lot more, it looks a lot cuter and a lot more finished if it has kind of like a rounded edge to the outside. I don't have like a point of comparison, but it also helps add strength. So, especially with like my honeycombs. No music. Let me know if you can hear that. There is music. It's very loud on my end. Oh, here. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit again. Let me know if there's any issues, if anyone can't hear it. I did a sound test before I started and I could hear it just fine. I didn't want it to be like super overbearing. I think I found the perfect balance. All right, let me grab my little Tupperware tin, or Tupperware, whatever. And we're gonna work on the honeycombs. Succulents, me too. I just love them. So after I'm done streaming, I'll go ahead and go wash all of these. I think these all look good. I double checked all of them. I'm sure there's still a spot that I missed somewhere, like right there. It's the little ends that always get me. There's always like one or two little spots that I just don't see. That it can be a little hard too. Sometimes the solder is so reflective, it'll reflect the color of this and it'll look like you didn't solder it, but you did. This one is good. So it's just this one right here. Perfect. And then I touched this one. I washed this earlier. I touched it earlier with my flux hand, so I'll have to wash that again. Moving on. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're going to move to some honeycomb stuff. Now I do need to go wash my hands real quick. Yes, for the cactus, I have what I did, I'll show you what I did. If I can find my cactus again. So what I did was I have my super thin 20 gauge wire, and while it was still connected, I like laid it on like so. Made sure it had flux on it. I'm sorry if it's hard to see. I made sure it had flux on it, tapped the tiniest little bit of solder, and then I cut it off with my nippers, and it's autofocus isn't gonna help me. But yeah, they're actually really pointy too, so it's like kind of realistic. But anyway, so yes, I'm gonna go wash my hands. We're gonna lay out all of our honeycombs afterwards. I just want to make sure I don't like having flexy hands. So I'm gonna go ahead and just turn my camera. I don't have a BRB screen yet, so I'll be back in like 30 seconds, and you can listen to some tunes and ponder at how these are gonna look. So give me just 1 second. All right. Hello, I am back. Told you it wasn't gonna take me that long. All right. So what we're doing now is we're making this. I have 4 here, so 4 of these. So I have to find and separate all the pieces. I didn't do myself a favor when I was foiling all of these, and everything is kind of mixed up. So I'm gonna just have this for reference. I'm gonna kind of move everything off to the side so I can properly separate everything. This is our rainbow honeycomb. One of them at least. I've already soldered everything else. All my tiny honeycombs. There's 18 different pieces in total, so I'm just gonna kind of stack them in rows, I guess. I don't know. Like so. Let's see, used CJ's this weekend, loved it, you're so right. Oh, yay. Yes, I do. I use CJ's for everything. So CJ's for the flux, CJ's for the patina as well. I'm pretty sure it's just soap. Like, I think they put soap in a bottle and then they're like, flux remover. Soldering super small succulents. Oh, look, I don't even have them up anymore. So I just spent the last like hour and a half working on these guys, and now we're going to honeycombs. So I should like leave these somewhere so you can see them. My stream title is now totally clickbait, because now we're working on something else entirely. Whoopsies! Whoopsie diddly daisies! How are you doing today, Veritas? I say that like I'm looking at my computer screen. Oh, scrubbed it better, or it is better than regular soap. I've used Dawn before, but I haven't tested it with copper patina. So it could be, I think it would potentially have more, you scrubbing it better would have more of an effect, because I scrub the Dickens out of my pieces in order to get a really, really nice patina. So scrub the Dickens, and then I also use a magic eraser, which I will be covering in the upcoming video. I also, on my Patreon, I have it so I post my YouTube video scripts before I actually even start making the video. So that's where I detail everything. So if you are interested in getting to read those scripts, you can join my Patreon as well. I think it's available in like the lower tiers. I can't recall what all of my tiers are right now. Here's an orange. See, I just mixed all of these up. This was so stupid of me to do this, because now this is taking forever. Let's see, we'll do these yellow ones. I had to touch up a spot after patina. Used the last of my quick clean for that new patina in that area. It was dull. Interesting. Yeah, it might very well have an effect then, if you saw that result after using quick clean versus CJ's. What is this? Why are you sticking? Okay. Blue, 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 blue. Iridescent reds. Orange, orange. Alright, these are like actually kind of in order, so that's good. We have our different purples. We have these purples, green. Great. All right, everything is situated. You're far ahead of me, but I have a tip to share. Ooh, yes, please do. The elimination of alliteration might alleviate allegations and illusions. Many might make. That was beautiful. You did wonderfully. Alright, so we are going to set this aside. Woo! Alright, so our pink. I kind of... I don't... Is this gonna come up super easily? I think we're gonna need to refoil these pink pieces before we get into the soldering. I used 7/32 foil, but it's very thick glass. So we're gonna just go ahead and clean this up real quick. I have a generic Dremel tool with an extra wand thing. I started using it with a buffing pad on my solder line. Super duper shiny now and no more white mold. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, you suppose that would make sense. That would really take the time out of polishing. That would actually be amazing for polishing like the tiny pieces that I have to do. So I will absolutely be looking into the price cost of that, because like I'm genuinely dreading how much I'm gonna have to polish for all of my mushrooms and strawberries and stuff. So, hey Kitty, how's it going? Thank you for the ice cream. Welcome. Yeah, this foil was too thin. So we'll use a 1/4 inch foil for this, and that should make it a lot sturdier. Amazon cheapie. So there's this like white stuff that can start forming on stained glass, like on the solder. I don't really know if it's mold or if it's just like a type of oxidation, but it happens. Pretty much any old stained glass you see, there's like this white stuff somewhere on it, and it's just part of it. Like I said, I don't know if it's oxidation, I don't know if it's mold, I don't know if it's, like, I am all... yeah, oxidation, potentially. It's pretty gross looking, though. Pretty gross, but yeah, if it's super cheap, then that would be super awesome. If you can potentially link what you have so I know what I'm looking for, that would be fantastic. Like specifically the attachment, I would be very appreciative. Kind of. It's like this white stuff that forms around like corners and edges and weird places. I think I did this the other night and I was just really tired. I was not thinking about how structurally sound these wouldn't be if I had kept it with the 7/32 foil. I can see polishing removing more flux because residual flux is acidic. Oh, is that what it is? Residual flux? the white stuff. See, gotta learn every day, y'all. Being self-taught, you don't know everything. And if you have a P.O. box and mailing address to share, I'd be more than happy to send you some bucking pads. I got way more than I'd use in a million years. Oh, that would be amazing. I do not have a P.O. box, but I'm going to be working on it. So whenever I do end up getting that, I will make sure to post it. And if you would like to send me some, that would be super awesome. Acidic residue would cause faster corrosion. Yes. See, this is what I'm talking about. I learn something, I feel like, every day when I'm streaming. Thank you for explaining that. We'll get into more soldering soon. I promise. Okay. Veritas has been doing stained glass for a very, very long time, correct? I don't know if you said how long you said you've been doing it for, but you're very knowledgeable about it. And I think it was you that said you did stained glass. Oh, look at me, about to start using 7:30 seconds again, like a dingbat. Gotta pull out our 1/4 inch. Make sure it gets stuck to everything so we waste as much as possible. Yes. Whoops. Make sure we knock around the camera a whole bunch. All right, here we go. I'm gonna move this over here so I don't knock it over. Family's been doing it for a couple generations. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, that's what I recall. Is that you saying that you had family members that had done it. I love it! I would be so happy if, like, so my grandpa did stained glass and then I started doing stained glass. I would love it if our future kids did stained glass. You know, they don't have to. It's not like a requirement. Oh, you have to be a stained glass artist. But if they do, that would be beautiful. I have a dinosaur that my grandpa made me when I was a kid back in like 2001. And I redid it maybe about a year ago. So I pulled it all apart and I just completely revamped it. It looks super nice now. And so I thought it would be really, really cool if like I gave it to our kids in the future, and then like they, or like our kid or whatever, and then they learned stained glass and then they fixed it up when it was like another 20 years old. Ah, so cute. Yes, 1/4 inch now. I want to know how that one guy replicates the modeled Tiffany patina. Ooh, I have no idea what you're talking about. Modeled Tiffany patina. Now I have to know. Now I have to figure out how to do it. It's sketchy too, because you're like potentially mixing chemicals, and that's like, ooh. Yeah, you also do need this caddy. It's amazing. Fun fact, on this side it has little holes for the foil to come through, so it keeps it nice and organized. I didn't know that for almost an entire year, and then I was cleaning it and I was fixing, one of the feet got broken off and I was gluing the foot back on, and I saw the holes and I was like, what is this for? And I had just been letting it like hang over the sides. Stupid. I've used so many pictures of foil caddies in my videos. I was so mad at myself for not realizing. It's like all these people who like are starting to do stained glass, if they have the foil caddy set up correctly, they probably are gonna think I'm a dingus. I mean, I wouldn't tell either if I figured it out, if we're honest. So good on him for figuring that out. A lot of times these people that are really really experienced in the stained glass industry, they figure things out and then they don't tell people. So, which, you know, like trade secrets, right? That's any trade that you go into. There's a few trade secrets that I've been kind of hinted at with my mentor. She's really, really, like, every time I go in, she like teaches me how to do something for free. So it's really cool. It's oxidation. Is that true? If there's like, is there a specific model that he did? I don't know. Honestly, I do Tiffany style stained glass and then I don't know jack diddly squat about the guy. But if it is oxidation, I guess he just found a way to like oxidize it quickly, maybe? Also, hello, our cheeks. I have 2 stained glass lamps I made 20 years ago, one in my bedroom, and it's still shiny after 20 years. The other one's in a shed, and now it's horrible. But when people don't pass them, they are lost. You are absolutely correct. It's like, I understand the trade secret thing, but I also understand the making sure that a craft doesn't just like die, right? You don't want stained glass to die. Although there's been a huge stained glass revival. Like this new, all these people, the COVID stained glass era where everyone was home all the time and then learned how to do stained glass. I swear, every single day I'm recommended people that just started their Instagrams that are new to stained glass every day. Every darn day. You are correct. The other day I was talking about people taking patterns, and I found one today that, ooh boy, I know for a fact that the artist that she copied is not selling that pattern, and I am like, oh no, you can't just take people's patterns. Oh, message was about mold. Okay. No worries, no worries. I thought you were talking about the patina style that Tiffany used. Okay. Let's grab our little fid. Where's our fid? Up here, okay. Put you right here. I end up just like having everything just scattered haphazardly all the time. Alright. It happens. It happens. Usually I'm the one crossing the wires and being like, wait, what? Wait, what? So, usually it's me. This lady's voice is so pretty. I hope you can hear the music. Probably not. Just kidding. I just liked the noise that she was making before. I don't want to hear words. One down. What time is it? It's 4:02. Ooh, we are very close to having to move the face cam because the sun is starting to come into the art room. And it will just blind everyone and make it so you can't see anything I'm doing. So we'll have to move the camera, close the blinds. Also make sure it doesn't get too hot in here. It is getting to be that time again in Florida. So warm. It's past warm. It's hot at this point. Still waiting on the rainy season though. It's not June yet. Usually the rains come mid-June, I would say. Mid-June. 3:02 here. It's okay. From where I'm at, it looks like a colon, so it's fine. I usually know what people mean. There's only been a few times where I'm like, what? Question on pattern stealing. I do stained glass as a creative outlet and I don't sell anything. Some of the pieces I've done are very similar to pieces other people do. So that's the thing, okay? So let's have a little discussion. Everyone feels differently about this. And this is how I personally feel. So while I do not like the idea of people taking my custom patterns that I make and doing them for their own personal use, at the end of the day, there's not really like inherently anything wrong with it. I can't stop people from doing that, right? So I have to choose to not get upset if people do them for personal use. Now selling is a different thing. So this person that I saw they directly copied a very, very well-known stained glass artist and they're selling it. And it's a very distinct pattern. I'm not gonna call out what it is. But I feel like it's still borderline. So yeah, so for me personally, I feel also like it's like I don't want people using my stuff for personal projects, right? I wouldn't want to, like, for me, I would feel wrong taking and tracing someone's pattern even for my own personal use. Everyone feels differently about this though, right? So I don't want to like spark a debate about, oh, you're wrong, oh, this is okay, blah, blah, blah. That's just like how I feel, where I know people are going, like the honeybee, the queen bee, that thing has been replicated so many times now that if I were to get upset every time I heard about it, I would just never stop being upset, right? There's not much that can be done about it. It sucks. But, and I've had people comment and be like, hey, I'm gonna make this for myself. And I'm like, what? No? I feel that if you're keeping it and not stealing, I think it's fine. Yes. So like feathers, it's whatever. Like there's been times where I saw something that I did that was so similar to something someone else did. I had never seen their art before, right? So it's very hard to have an original idea. Like there's so many people creating so many things at all times that like something super simple, it's gonna happen, right? There's only so many ways you can draw bees. There's only so many ways that you can do this, that, and the other thing. But if you are directly tracing something, Now, what I will say, the person that I saw, it was a monstera leaf that is a very distinct stylistic monstera leaf that is made by someone who has 50,000+ followers on Instagram. So everyone knows who she is. Everyone knows it. And this was a direct trace and selling of her very distinct hand-drawn monstera leaves.
Is not problematic in itself.
Let's see, on the other hand, the big B on a hex background is generally going to end up maybe not identical but similar. Yeah, so what happened with mine is that people traced it, and it is like every honey drip, every bee, everything is the exact same. So bee motifs are going to be popular. Bee motifs are popular. Bees are nothing, there's nothing original about what I did, right? But I drew it and then it was traced. That is stealing. Now, there's someone who came to me and was like, hey, someone wanted me to do this. I made this, which was like some similar looking, and they're like, is this okay? And I was like, yeah, you didn't trace it. Like, you just kind of went off of what I did, whatever. So I hope I'm saying this in a way that doesn't, I'm not trying to sound like mean, uppity. Every situation is going to be different. Simple things are going to be very easy to replicate, you know? So my native daughter wants a dream catcher. We started working on it this weekend. She hand drew the feathers. When she was done, they looked very similar to yours. Oh no, no, it's fine. Like, that's the thing, is like, I drew that feather from my brain, and I think that's just what people's feathers look like. Like, that feather, I know that that's like, it's a feather, right? Like, you can only draw feathers so many different ways. I don't care. Now, if people start drawing feathers and making stained glass feathers and painting stars on in the exact pattern that I drew them, then might be a little bit more problematic. I'm actually using other people's ideas to help me become creative and practice. I have no plans to sell anything. Yeah, so this is the thing where it's like, it's a fine line, right? Where some people don't care and some people just want to practice, and that's fine. It's when you're selling stuff, that's when it's not fine. But don't feel bad. That was just, I just drew feathers. Like, it's nothing, yeah, exactly. You can only cut the glass in so many ways. Hi. So, nothing that I just said was meant to make people feel bad. The one person who traced the well-known stained glass artist Monstera, I'm a little like, I don't know what to do about that, but because it's hard to describe how distinct it is, but it is very distinct. I was like, the second I saw it, I was like, that's that person's Monstera leaf. Any advice for someone wanting to get into this? Advice. If you're on the fence about it, I would say see if there's any place close to you that offers classes. It's a very tedious hobby, tedious art form, and some people, I don't think they understand that, or they're not, like, they don't fully grasp how tedious and time consuming it is. So some people like the idea of making something really pretty and fancy glass, whatever, but then when they actually get down to it, it's like just makes them want to pull their hair out. So if you're on the fence about it, if there's classes nearby, that might be a good place to start. Otherwise, I would just, if you save up some money, I would say a good starting amount to have saved up to make sure you can get all your glass and supplies is about $400. Even original ideas are at least subconsciously based on everything you've seen. Absolutely. I totally agree. There is absolutely nothing new under the sun. So there's going to be coincidences that happen. I know for a fact that this leaf that I saw, that was no coincidence. It was piece for piece the exact same, traced. I know the companies that are using my photos and traced my photo to make acrylic things, traced, not okay, copyright, infringement. But like, there's always gonna be, I mean, like I said, I've made pieces. What was the thing that I made that I saw? I think it was the hanging bat that I made. Like, I saw someone who had made almost the exact same thing a year before me, and I hadn't seen anyone do it. I was like, this is so original for stained glass. And then I saw someone and I was like, dude, look at that. So I've justified my choices by not selling anything and giving credit to the original artist if I post pictures. I wanted to get into kaleidoscope making and then fell down the rabbit hole of stained glass. My stained glass mentor makes kaleidoscopes, so that's very interesting. Definitely a gorgeous, gorgeous art form. She makes all of her own glass pieces for the kaleidoscope, like all of the colors. So yes, not cheap either. Thankfully, the tools don't need replacing. Yes, so that's the other thing. There's a factor of discomfort. I've tried to tell people how uncomfortable this craft is, where my fingers are basically, my 3 main fingers on both hands are basically one giant scar. I've gotten cut so many times, and that's just to be expected. It's not like, oh, feel bad for me. That's just, it is what it is. And there's a lot of discomfort that comes with doing stained glass. So grinding glass, least favorite part of the whole process, because I usually end up getting cut. So very expensive, very time consuming. Yeah, all very good points. Cheeks. My grandma made kaleidoscopes. Pay me royalties on the idea. Yes, I have a giant box of Band-Aids. I actually need to go get more though, because mine is, I had an incident recently where I had super deep cuts on all of my main fingers, and so each one was mummified for like 3 days. So I went through a lot of Band-Aids for that little period. Yeah, like I said, what I was talking about earlier, that's not to make people feel bad. It's just kind of the reality. Really, at the end of the day, if you're not selling it, I think it's fine. Like I said, I don't want people copying my stuff and making my stuff that I spent so long working on, and all my patterns that I spend so long on, but I can't stop what people do in the privacy of their own homes. So, yep. Hi. Jesus. Oh, okay. Injuries. I stabbed my palm deeply a few weeks ago. Oh no. That's really bad. Yeah, I've gotten so many deep cuts just by like being dumb and not looking where I'm grabbing something. So I feel you. I have before worn Band-Aids. Mostly I've put Band-Aids on whenever I'm grinding. But I actually really enjoy having Band-Aids on my fingers right here, just on my index finger, because when I break glass, I tend to get cuts here. I don't like wearing gloves, so before anyone is like, just wear safety gloves, I'm telling you, as a full-time stained glass artist, it just is not fun to wear gloves. Like, you just lose the ability to, you lose dexterity. So I have people tell me that all the time. I know. I just don't want to. So, before anyone suggests that, I just don't like it. I don't prefer it, okay? Don't prefer it. Blue nitrile gloves from Walgreens have been my grinding savior. Really? Hi, Stag. Oh, I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. I'm so glad that you arrived to the stream safely. I think I messed this up the first time. I think I meant to put this blue one down here and this purple one here, but I don't want to mess up the order, and I don't want the picture to be different than what I have, or like what, I don't want the product to be different than the picture, so I'm just gonna keep doing it like this. I hate wearing those latex clothes. It's like a pool party in there. It's not pretty. There was a shard sticking straight up out of the waffle board. Ooh, I hate it. There was one day, so this box right here has all of my scrap, like medium-sized scrap glass pieces in it, and there was a perfectly clear piece, like a triangle, sticking straight out of the top. And I went to go reach down for something in front, and I didn't see it because it was clear glass, and it just like dug into my finger, and it was so deep that I was like, here, let me move my camera back down. I saw how deep it was, and I was like, ooh! And I went to Brian, and I was like, Brian? And he was like, what? And I was like, do you think I need stitches? And I showed him, and he was like, no, it'll be fine. So I just like cleaned it, slapped a Band-Aid on it, and now I have I don't think you can see it, but I have a really intense scar there. So, yeah. Y'all are scaring me. These are the realities. These are the realities of stained glass, okay? And especially if you're a dingleberry like me and you leave very sharp pieces of clear glass just jutting into oblivion, you're gonna get hurt. So don't be like me. I got a tiny shard in the cuff of my hoodie this weekend, tore my arm to pieces trying to find the darn thing. No! The worst, listen, now that it's just become a full-blown stained glass, let's complain about things moment, my least favorite thing in the whole universe is grinding and getting shards right here. And then it just itches. And so I use packing tape. After I'm done grinding, I'll get a piece of packing tape and I'll I'll sticky the pieces out of my little reverse weenus, whatever, arm ditch, whatever you want to call it. We gotta plug the iron back in. Gotta get our flex brush. Glass is scary sometimes. Mind you, the tiny shards that you can't see are the worst. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you know they're there and you're like, is that just oil on my skin or is it a shard of glass? I don't know. Very extra frustrating. Okay, we have our rainbow set up. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm going to apply our flux. I'm gonna apply first to all of the edge thingies where they meet. I'm so glad other people understand like my constant struggles that I go through with being a full-time artist. I just bought a grinder. I'm sure I'll wear a long sleeve. Oh, absolutely. Shards. God, shards. I've gotten some shattered shards, probably somewhere close to my mouth, I'm sure. Yeah, so I hate shoes, so I vacuum a lot, but I go barefoot in here. Everyone just about dies when they find that out, but my feet are very tough. So it doesn't happen very often. It's happened like twice, but I prefer my feet to not be like cramped, and I'll just go ahead and get some shattered shards in my feet. Shards of glass. Shards of glass. It does. It's terrible. Oh no, it's so bad. Yeah, that's like really bad torture right there. Well, that definitely explains why the teachers in my beginner class came around every 5 to 10 minutes to clean. Yes, absolutely. Do you wear a mask when grinding, or does it not produce as much glass dust as I think it does? So your grinder is supposed to be wet, so theoretically there's not going to be any airborne dust because everything is being created into like wet sand basically. So I don't wear a mask when I grind, just because everything's wet, and I've never seen like sun will stream in. Oh look, there's the sun. I gotta close the blinds. Sun will be streaming in and I'll look and there's no like airborne stuff. That's me personally. None of the stained glass artists I know, like my mentor or anything, wears a mask while she's grinding, so I don't personally feel like I need to either. Girl, you and me, I call myself a wallet. Yes. Good. Yeah, my feet are just pure glass. That's all they are. Well, so I have a face shield that's attached to my grinder, so no face shield needed to prevent shards. Hi. I have to find a place to put my camera so I can close my blinds. Say hello to the stream. You're down in the corner.
Hello.
Where do I want to put you all? Where are you gonna go? I want to put you down here for a second. Yes, everyone is now saying shards. Thank you, Stag. Thank you.
Shards.
Yeah. Stag says hi.
Hi, Stag.
Okay.
Sharks? What'd you do in here?
I think it's a reference to this game that Stag is playing. I can never remember what it's called. It's the one that you're like, it looks like Diablo. Mm-hmm. And I keep like just envisioning it being called Shattered Shards. It's like stone, I don't know. So every time I'm like...
Shattered Shards.
So every time I'm like, oh, you played Shattered Shards? So I think it was that. He was probably wondering why you said shards. Why are you not streaming anymore? Bro, show the wingspan. Hold on, y'all. I don't know where to put my camera. Stand by. Stand by, everyone. The sun came in and just ruined everything. Just absolutely soiled, sharded all over our stream. And now we have to reevaluate what we're doing. All right, it's a little bit up close and personal. Why is it all dirty now?
I think it's just because the light's right here.
Oh, you right. I'm gonna put you right here. There we go. He never did get to bench press you. I know. Stone shard. It's called stone shard. And I always think it's shattered shard. And then because of that.
Shattered shard. That's awful.
Oh goodness.
Or
yes.
a stone shard.
Stone shard.
Liquid, but there's some primo solids in there. Alright, I'm gonna leave you alone.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll be in the gym in like a half hour.
Man, this is not a very cute angle, y'all. Whatever. Have to maybe occasionally look at my double chin.
That's fine.
Bye. I'll be out at 6. 6? It's 4:30? Yes. Great. Good talk. Goodbye. Is all this sharding productive? No. No, I know. We're not being very productive right now, but I had to close the blinds. Ew, and you're all at an angle too. Hold on. I'm sorry that this is such an ordeal. There we go. Anyway, that was a bit of good fun. Let's get back to work. Did he do an exit dance? He's so weird. I keep telling him he misses streaming too. Like, he wants to stream again. All right. Oh, y'all, all that talking. Thanks. All that talking, giggling. I'm just parched. All right, we're gonna go ahead. There, okay. Dang. The amount of things that he does that I just like miss, like there's things that he'll do to like our dog, like in a funny way. It's not anything like mean, but he'll like do it and I'll see him do it one day and I'm like, what is that? And he's like, what? This is just the thing that I do with Evan. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? I think he should, I know, help people get tonk, get some cents, some pennies for his advice. I thought you were going to say all that shark talk and now I need a body. No, now I need a drink. All that talk of sharks. Ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Gonna turn the fan back on. There we go. Gonna turn the fan back on so it takes a little bit to like cancel out the noise, so sorry for the noise. Hopefully it cancels out the noise. Earlier I was on Discord talking to people and I had my fan on for like 20 minutes and then out of nowhere it just started like being really loud to them and I was upset. I was furious. What can you use if you can't afford a grinder? He should do a hot tub workout. Oh my lord. The cash would just be flowing in. Just absolutely non-stop. I'll have to tell him that. I'm sure he would have a great time. Yeah, so you can potentially use like some sort of stone, like grinding stone. I know that there was one glass artist called Off Grid Glass. They don't do stained glass anymore, but well, I don't even know. I'm just gonna say they, because I actually don't know who it is, but they were using, they lived in a yurt in the middle of the desert and didn't have much electricity. So they actually didn't grind any of their pieces. They just got really good at cutting glass. And they said that they had no problems with it sticking. Now, I personally was like a little skeptical of that, just because like the part of the like grinding helps you shape your pieces, but also helps it have a nice surface to adhere to. But I know that people have done it without having a grinder. So long story short, you can do it without a grinder. Why don't you want to do a hot tub stream? Come on, man, do a hot tub stream.
It's not exactly clear whether they even truly exist or could be shown to in the physical universe.
Yeah, I don't know the exact name for it, so Cheeks seems to know about it, so
That's great. But if not,
if you want to elaborate on that, Cheeks, that would be great. I don't know too much about it. I also like that I can just call you Cheeks.
that would mean that we have, with this brain, a tiny thing, a septillion times smaller than the tiny planet it lives on. Discovered something true.
If you don't grind at least lightly. Yeah, that is very true. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that you would be able to find something used somewhere. In my local area, I've seen grinders for sale on eBay eBay. I guess it's not local. I was thinking marketplace. I've seen them on eBay for like 40 bucks. Which really isn't that bad. Normally the one I have like starting out is $130 because I have the super cheapest one you can buy. Because I inherited mine, so yes. Bish bash bosh, what is that? Yeah, definitely don't ever grind anything dry, please. Please. It's not gonna work.
If they do, if one day physics finds a use for them, that's great. But if not, that's great too.
When I started stained glass 20 odd years ago, I did buy a grinder and still have a few of electrical tools, so I've been using it for 2 years just to use that stone. Where is this going, Stag? What do you mean? Whatever could you mean? If you're gonna say what I think you're gonna say, I'm gonna go ahead and say get out of here. Get your mind out of the gutter. Settle down, please. I got the Griffin one on Amazon. It's like $100. I have a Whistling CG, Inland Whistling CG. It does the job. Beautiful! Oh, I'm sorry, you like can't even see what I'm doing. As per usual. Oh, I can move my lamp closer now that the camera isn't in the way. Great. All right. This looks B-E-E beautiful. I've gotten over the Diamond Max on page. Whoa, that's really good. I've been told that Diamond Max is really good. That was one that I was told by my mentor that I should consider getting to replace my Whistling, because my Whistling is gonna, who knows how long that thing has. Yeah, I don't know how you didn't use the grinder. That's crazy. But I understand. I understand. Now for this piece, because it is heavier, I'm going to be using my 16 gauge wire for the little thingies, little jump rings. So I use this Bic pen, this fancy tool to size it with. I have a Glass Star Superstar 2. It's been going for 20 years. Ooh, very nice. What is this song? Is this like Rugrats? Stained Glass DIY had a review about it. Lots of good reviews on Amazon, so that's what's sold. I'm like pretty much the worst. Ah, very nice. It's very satisfying whenever you first like figure out and can use hobby cam successfully. So good job. It's not easy. It's definitely kind of strange to get used to. Turns out it helps if you buy the right stuff. Yes. Yes, it does. Alright, so for these, I kind of bend them. Where am I hanging this from? Here and here. So here, I like to kind of bend it to give it a little angle. Hold this right schmear. Boop. Oh yeah, so whoever was like, I didn't see you do this earlier. I'm sorry, I don't remember who that said that, but I'm doing it now. So you can see my process. So there, and then we're gonna do one here. It's a loop part, yes. I don't know what it's like in the US, but here in the UK it's really hard to get good deals on secondhand steam glass tools. There's a lot here, so I haven't experienced anything like that, although I also haven't been looking. There's a lot of glass that I've been able to find, like at estate sales. One of my friends got me some glass recently she got me, I would say maybe 10 sheets total for $25. What? Nothing. Peanuts. Absolute peanuts is what she bought it for. So I was very happy with that. I was about to message her and be like, anything 30 or under and I'm good. And it was 25. So super cool. Alright, so that is nice and soldered on there. Looks beautiful. So now we can go ahead and apply flux all over and then go ahead and make the rest look pretty. Yeah. It was totally a steal. I got a bunch of, I don't know what kind of glass it is. It doesn't look like Kokomo. I think it's Armstrong glass. It's pretty cool. It's like kind of a darker, different kinds of darker art glasses, but I really like it. It's not something I would have chosen if I had gone somewhere and found it full price, but it's really like 25 bucks, sign me up. Sign me up. Give me that glass. She was like, I hope you can use it. And I was like, yes, yes, please, more glass, thank you. She likes to go to estate sales, and luckily she just went ahead and picked it up. I was kind of slow at responding, but she picked it up, 25 bucks, good to go. Yeah, estate sales, we have a lot where I'm at because I'm in Florida, and I feel like it should be kind of self-explanatory why we potentially have a lot, but I'm sure there's a lot everywhere. But I see estate sales like listings all the time. I scour eBay, but I live up in North Scotland and the deals are hundreds of miles away. No! My sis is moving here from 2,000 miles away. I'm so excited for the future sister dates. Aw, very nice. I'm excited for you. I have all older brothers, so I didn't get any of the like cute sister things. I was the youngest and I was the only daughter, so I just got like bullied by my brothers a lot. Ooh, me too. I love thrifting a whole lot. Every Hawaiian shirt that you have ever, if you've ever seen me wear Hawaiian shirts, I wear them a lot on social media and stuff, like in all my TikTok videos, me wearing Hawaiian shirts. Every Hawaiian shirt I've ever found is thrifted. Love Hawaiian shirts. Especially if they were worn by old men, all broken in and stuff. It's beautiful. Just beautiful. This looks so beautiful. I love these. Feeling I was just like, youngest, my sister is 9 years older than me, so we didn't play together a lot. I have an older brother. All my brothers are significantly older than me, like 6 to 7 years older at the youngest. I was like the weird little sister. I started going through my goth phase when I was in 6th grade. I would wear all black, and I had this like long, oh my god, I forgot. I had this like long, like knitted, like goth trench coat thing that my mom got me, and it was like not meant to be gothic looking. I'm sure it was not gothic. Like I just wore all black, right? So, hello, welcome, all the way in France. Wow. Yeah, I started going through my gothic phase in 6th grade. Alrighty, so now we'll do our edges. I'll try to do it in a way that you can see. It might be a little hard with the current camera angle, but I think it's always kind of difficult to see when I'm doing the edges. So we'll try our best, right? We'll do it like kind of at the side right here. I would love to see pictures of me in 6th grade where I know I was like, I feel so gothic. There are these girls in the bathroom that were like, one time they're like, you're wearing all black, are you a goth? And I was like, no. Just for whatever reason that like scared me to say yes. And then I got the most sage advice from this family friend. Well, it was one of my brother's best friends, and they're like still friends to date. And he was like 16 he was 17, I think, when I was in 6th grade, 17 or 18. And he was like actually like super metal. He wore like all black, like those chain pant things, and like he had, I don't know, he was like into whatever. And I told him, he like commented on my all black. He was like, hey, looking good. You're like all black, everything. And I was like, yes. And he was like, do the kids ask you if you're a goth? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, what do you say? And I was like, I said that, like, I don't know. And he's like, no, the next time they ask you if you're goth, you bite the insides of your mouth and let the blood run out of your mouth and say, yes, yes I am. And that's like literally stuck with me since I was in 6th grade. Oh, it's so ridiculous. I told him that last time I saw him too at my brother's wedding. I don't think he really remembered ever saying that, but he thought it was funny. We all have this goth face, I know. Sage advice. Sage advice from an older teen. A little bit. There we go. I thought I was a punk rocker in my early 20s. I went through like a scene kid phase when I was in high school, and like a little baby emo phase when I was in like 6th and 7th and 8th grade. I would wear, my nickname when I was in middle school was Panda, because I wore just a thick black ring of eyeliner around my eyes that looked like a panda. Really thick. I'm talking about a circle around my eyes, right? And I could not leave my house without it. I thought I looked terrible. It was just black, just solid black in a circle. And I was like, I can't leave my house without my makeup. It looks so bad. I don't know how my parents let me do that, but they did. Bless them. Okay, this is done. Great. Oh, we got a little bit of melt through. Lame. So yeah. My little emo phase. It was fun. We had fun. Plus, like, you can't be an art kid and not go through one of those phases, right? Like, I was always like a little art kid. So, I mean, look at me now. Baby Rachel, little tiny young Rachel would be so happy with the current iteration of Rachel. And that's all that matters. It's a photo of my teen years. Yeah, I don't like looking at those. Like, it's just no. Here's one down. Let's not have this precariously hanging off the table. Yes. Hello, how are you doing? Oh, I can't see what that says. Arvin Beats, how you doing? Makeup. Yeah, my makeup was awful, so it is what it is though, you know? All right, so first things first, we have our pink piece. Which will go like this. This will go here. I didn't have that so much in my school years, maybe in my late teens, early 20s. I was more just weird. Okay, let's see. So, just now I finished making this. So I am a full-time stained glass artist. So this is a honeycomb, like rainbow cluster that I'm offering in my shop right now. So I'm just getting these soldered up and I have 3 more to make. Earlier, I know that my stream title says succulents. So earlier, this is what we were doing. I made these tiny little succulents also for my shop update. So I got those soldered up and I made these like little cactuses too. So we're just moved on and now we're working on our honeycomb cluster things. So yeah, that's what we're making. Getting it all figured out, soldered up. Making sure all of the copper foil that's around all of the pieces is nice and secure, doesn't have any wrinkles in it. I'm seeing a few that I kind of rushed through whenever I foiled these. So we'll make sure this is nice and secure so it doesn't lift when we go to solder. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't remember the order of things, so. What are you up to today, Arvin? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Put our yellow here. And our little greenie. Whenever I'm placing these pieces, you'll see me kind of rotating them a few times. What I'm doing is I'm checking to see where the foil ended, because I don't want where the foil ends to be on the outer part. Like, I don't want to touch this anymore. I just don't want the foil, like where the foil ends, to be on an outer part, because when I go to solder it, it can lift and look really ugly and I don't like it. So that's what I'm doing when you see me kind of spinning the pieces around. I'm just checking where it ends, that way I don't put that the wrong side. What's your favorite part of making stained glass? The cheating answer is my favorite part is when it's done. But the actual answer is probably soldering. I really, really enjoy soldering, as other people say. It used to be one of my least favorite parts, but now I love it, so. This will go here, this will go. Yeah, that's usually not, people don't like that answer though, so that's why I say soldering. I like polishing too. I like when everything is all finished up and like you're like making it really shiny. It's very satisfying. So here's that piece. Is it a bad sign if your least favorite part is cutting the glass? Oh yes, if you all are not in the Discord, you should totally join my Discord. Good looking out, Stag, you should be moderator or something. So if any of you would like to join the Discord, there's that. Thank you for reminding me that I have that, Stag. Is it a bad sign if your least favorite part is cutting the glass? No, not necessarily. Do you think that that is stemming from you being uncomfortable with cutting the glass though? Or is it like the physical discomfort of like having glass shards everywhere? Like what part specifically do you not like about it? I think there's at least one that's working and like crafting alongside us. Wait, this is... What? This all goes down here. This is one down. I always mess that up. Other than Magic Eraser, do you share your polishing secrets? I will be. It's a lot, like there's like 6 or 7 different polishing things that I would have to go over, which is why I think you asked me during my last stream, and it's just a lot for me to talk about while I'm streaming. But I will be making a video on it very, very, very soon. Magic Eraser is probably my biggest piece of advice. My other thing is that I also only use purified water to wash all of my pieces. So I buy gallons of water. I'm gonna buy a water purifier very soon, but I buy gallons of purified water and that's what I use to wash every piece with for every step. Not confident. Yeah, so honestly, like, I like cutting glass, but it's not like my favorite, right? But I think I used to dread it. Like I would dread cutting glass because I was always scared I was gonna break it and it would be this super expensive piece of glass that like I wasted money on. But the more you do it, the better. Like I don't care. Like the breaking part now is just whatever. Like it's just part of the process. Visit her only glass for glass making secrets. Yes, only glass. I think the non-straight cuts are the least fun. It's stressful making sure they don't break in the wrong place. I'm making pot plant brooches. Ooh, very nice. So, Allie, for curved pieces, I don't know if you've watched my my video on tips for cutting and breaking. I think it's just breaking glass, cutting and breaking glass potentially. I use a method that I find very, very reliable for breaking really curved pieces. And I'm sorry, I need a drink of water, but I want to finish this first. I call it the back tap method, where I score the glass and then I'll turn it over and I'll use the end of my scoring tool, like the little metal ball, and just like very lightly tap down where I know the score line is, and that will help strengthen or weaken, whatever, however you want to say it, that score line. And it is really, really, for me, a very reliable way of breaking glass. If I'm uncertain on how a piece is going to break, like if it's a really weird glass or a really textured glass, I always use that method, and I'd say 9 times out of 10 it breaks no problem. So sorry, I'm a little parched. So I hope that that helps. It's okay. It is what it is. Yeah, I hope that helps though. That is struggling more with the scoring part. Gotcha. Okay. Fan is turning on in 3, 2, 1, just in case it's really loud. I don't know how loud it is, but it should mellow out. I'm wheelchair bound, so I can't stand up over the glass. Oh, that definitely is something that we'll have to work around. I had never thought about that before. That is a little bit more difficult, but I'm sure that we can find a way to work around it. Do you normally just are you working at a table? Like that's just like a normal table, or is there a way that you could I'm trying to think if there's a way to make it better. Alright, there's that. It's like this loud. What does that mean? Is it still really loud? Bye! Thank you so much for stopping by. If it's still really loud, then I can turn my mic down and then just scream. Just be yelling. I have table, shortened dining table, thanks to hubby. Very nice. Oh yay, okay, great. Yeah, I used to sit to cut glass as well. You don't have to stand. You really don't. There's a lot of projects where I'm like, y'all, I am tired of standing, and then I sit down to cut it. And I didn't start standing to cut my glass until maybe 8 months in. I can't remember when I did the standing desk thing, but it was, I want to say maybe in August of 2020. So I never used to stand, and sometimes I still don't now. Just get tired of standing sometimes. I'm sitting right now because I was standing all day today. So probably just don't want to. Okay. Stag knows how to give me anxiety. That's why he did that. Because he's rude. Because he's rude. He knows that my ultimate source of anxiety is inconveniencing other people's ears with my inappropriate mic volume, so... Yes, I would say so. Practice, practice, practice. It's not easy. It definitely was something that I struggled with in the beginning. I also chose to work with some of the most textured glass possible in the beginning, so, you know. But it was good, it's good practice, right? It's very, very good practice. Go big or go home. A wise man once told me, go big or go home. Let's see. Hobby Lobby. I don't know what their glass is like. I know that they get glass from like glass companies, so it might just be a little bit of practice needed. Might be a little bit of the glass. Also, I have no idea what size tip this is. This is the tip that came with my iron. I've never had a different size tip before, so I am useless at answering that question. Hobby HB sells Spectrum and other brands. I should go to Hobby Lobby. I still want to make a video about where I get glass and my recommendations for glass. Yeah, that's the only issue with ordering online, is just it's going to be more expensive. Usually there's a minimum, so I should take a trip to my local Hobby Lobby. I think that I have one like 45 minutes away from me. So I'd be interested to like go and buy some from them and see how it compares. I know that they do sell Spectrum, although I don't know who they're gonna source it from. I very highly doubt that they're gonna source it from Oceanside, because Oceanside is super expensive now. So who knows where they're going to get it from. Now it's back in stock. Strange. I mean, I actually might need to go and check it out because I love Spectrum glass. If I could find some old Spectrum wispy, ooh, yeah, buddy. I think the cheapest shit, a 12 by 12 for $8. Pretend I have a credit card and I'm just like smacking it on the table. Got a ton for under $6. The glass they have says the spectrum almost seems like it's not top of it. I probably would. But you know what they might do is they might get the crappy glass from Spectrum, or you know, they might have had like glass that they weren't happy with selling, and then they gave it to Hobby Lobby, so that might explain the discrepancy in the quality, because Spectrum is very high quality. Every piece of Spectrum glass that I've ever used is like a dream. It's like a dream. Beautiful to use. So I love glass. I love looking at people's collections. I have a pretty nice collection of those who might have seen it. I have a bunch of big sheets over here. These are all like medium, large sheets. And then I have all my little scrappy babies up here. And then I have a bunch hidden under my art table that should not be there, that I just like put there because I'm lazy. So. Oh, iridescence. I would love to see a Spectrum gold iridescent. I don't think I've ever seen iridescent gold Spectrum before. Oh, I used the wrong one. I'm dumb. Where's the other one? Whoa. Oh, there it is. I'm sure that my local Hobby Lobby is just picked over. Just completely picked over. I live in a pretty big city, and I know that there's some local stained glass artists that I found just like happened upon on Etsy. So we're pretty big people. So ooh. Spectrum. Love it. Too bad. Come on, man. There we go. Yeah, I mean, glass is glass. There's only been really, the most frustrating glass I've ever worked with is like usually super textured, high quality art glass. Ouroboros, I've gotten some glass from them and it was a nightmare, but it was so pretty, so it's worth it. So, you know, it is what it is. Let's see, so this one is gonna go here. Schmear. And this one's gonna go here. Oh yes, there's plenty of purple. Plenty of purple. I have a bunch. It's definitely less common. I don't see a lot of really pretties, but hold on. I'll show you my favorite sheet of purple if I can find it. I have a ton though. I actually have a very formidable pink glass collection though. I was looking at it the other day. I'm super proud of it because pink glass is by far the most expensive. And I have a ton of it and I just love it. It's like cotton candy. Beautiful cotton candy, gorgeous, delicious. I love it. One of them is called the meat glass though by my friends. So they all call it the meat glass, which to be fair, it looks like pork. They're not wrong. Let me see, where is my purple? Let me grab it, give me just 1 second. So I can't I can't put it up on the table because it's too big. So I saw this and I immediately fell in love. It doesn't even look that pretty on the camera. It is very, there you go. If you look at my face cam, it's super, super dark purple with like whites. Let me see if I can kind of show you a little bit. No, it doesn't really show up. It's gorgeous though. So this is the most invasive song I've ever heard. Stop. I don't have pink. Yeah, it does cost a lot more. I love it though. I can't get enough of it. But yeah, they're like, which side do you want? And I was like, no, I want the whole thing. Let me find the meat glass. Where are you, meat glass? There she is. This is our pink meat glass. It's like it's super, super dark pink too, so it's really pretty. But that's the meat glass. So I know everyone was dying to know what meat glass looks like. Looks like Corsica purple. It might be. Yeah, there's the glass shop that I go to that has it's where my mentor is located. She purposefully sets aside iridescent glass because she noticed the last time she put it out, a bunch of like hobby level people just bought all of it. And she like tries to look out for her full-timers because she has a few people that she knows. She like told me, she's like, you know, you and other people where this is your job and your livelihood, like I set aside some, and then because I'm on a wait list right now for it, because she was like, I know that you need it, and you know, she had one hobbyist person. She's like, yeah, I don't even plan on selling it. Like I don't care. She bought 10 square feet of iridescent glass just because she just has enough money to do that. And so she's like, I'm gonna set some aside for my full-timers from now on. Bless her for doing that. I get so stressed when I think about iridized glass because it's so hard to find. It's so hard. So, yeah. It's okay. That's just what she told me. I'm not saying anything about it, but you know, she makes it an important thing for her where she's like, you know, she inventories all the glass and she's like, I want to make sure my full-timers can have access to this because, you know, their lives depend on it a little bit more. So I'm mad. HB? Are you referring to Hobby Lobby, or is HB something else? Am I missing something? I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I know what you're talking about. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. Like, wouldn't that be HL? I guess I'm just not up to date on that. We don't have one very close to here, so I go to Joann's. Joann's has nothing glass related at all. Lame. HB, for some reason, I can see why that feels better. I don't know why, but I understand what you mean. I just want to make sure that I wasn't overlooking something. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page, right? We're all chit-chatting about the same thing. HBOB. I know, it's just a bot. They like appear on Twitch. Let me see if I'm still getting the Twitch notifications. I had to turn these off earlier because like it just like kept coming up as people subscribing to me. It was like non-stop, and it was not the case. Okay, looks like it stopped. It's just, it's not like a person. It's just like an automated thing. I usually just like delete the messages, but my hands are tied. My hands are tied. Okay, this looks good. Everything looks fine, so we'll go ahead and do the edges. Oh, thank you. It's been a long time coming. Lots of trial and error to get the edges and everything looking the way that I so desire. We'll fix up the edges. Okay. Go ahead and get into the actual outer edge beading.
It doesn't matter how much you know about implementation.
I tried making it prettier and then I just moved it to somewhere else. You can still kind of see.
Or writing layers, or any of these kind of video game terms. can't write music well.
Okay, you can kind of see that, so that's all I could ever ask for, is that you can just kind of see what I'm doing. Oopsie diddly daisy, we need our flux brush. Gosh diddly darn it. We got a lot done today. We're still getting a lot done today. Still gotta work out. I think basically everything is soldered except for maybe some mini monsteras, but I don't think the mini monsteras that I have to solder, I don't think they've been purchased yet. So I'm gonna make sure I get everything packaged before I solder the things that haven't been purchased yet. So I'm just kind of like thinking out loud right now about what I have to do tomorrow. Do you make antenna? I made some for butterflies. And I was struggling with it some. I made a loop and filled it in, but kept leaving a dimple. It was weird. The only antennas I ever made, I did, if you check out my Instagram, I don't know if you're following me on there, I made a rainbow butterfly for a commission recently. And if you look at that, the antennas are basically just like a copper wire loop that I kind of curled in on itself. It's very simple, but I made some bugs months ago, and one of them had like a little pointy mouth thing. For some reason I can't think of what their little mouths are called, but and that was a loop that I made that I filled in with solder, and that like it dimpled. I tried my hardest to fill it in, but it still had kind of a little dimple, so it's just gonna happen. Let me know if you need my my Instagram, and I can drop the link in the chat for you. Yeah, it looks fine. It looks fine. Usually with stuff like that, the more you fiddle with it, the worse it gets. So usually you just have to kind of be like, okay, how many people are gonna notice? Literally only me. Moving on, you know? I've had to stop myself with a lot of like micro adjustments on things. And I've like messaged people and been like, hey, like this, and they're like, I literally wouldn't have even noticed. I'm like, oh, okay. So usually it's just fine, and you don't even have to worry about it. Wow, that was ugly. Let's fix that. There we go. Alright, so we did 2 today, which is basically all I wanted to get done. What in the heck is that? Is that gonna come off? Yes. Okay, that's very strange. I'll just have to buff it out. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Thank you for following. Well, like I said, all I wanted to do was get these two done today, plus my little succulents that we did earlier. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my iron, turn off my fan. Yes, that corgi was one of my favorite pet portraits I've ever done. His name was Toast, and that portrait is currently hanging over his bed. He has his own room in their apartment and it's hanging over his bed. So he is spoiled and I adore him. So I'm gonna get hydrated before I go work out. We got a lot done today, so thanks for everyone for hanging out with me. And then I'm probably gonna be back on Wednesday. Who knows? I need to establish a better schedule because I keep just like coming up here being like, what's up? Let's stream. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, everyone, and I will see you all probably Wednesday. If not, I don't know, we'll figure it out. I hope you all enjoy the